Okay, so seriously, have you ever asked yourself, why am I struggling to find the relationship that I want? I know you have, because I'm not the only one. I've asked myself that majority of my life. And I wanted to add this to my first video about how to date properly. So I'm just going to make a little separate video about this specific add-on because I think it's important. I think it's important to look at the stages of life that you and your partner, the person that you want to date, is in. And it seems kind of minor, and it's not something I would have ever really thought to consider, but now that I'm older and I've had many dating experiences, I know that it does matter. And like in the first part where I mentioned values, I know it's kind of hand in hand with values, but a little different. So I think it matters, and it's important to have its own little video. So stages of life. What stage of life are you in? And does it match up with the person that you are looking to date? So this could be, are you both ready to settle down, have kids? Are you both wanting to further your education? Are you focused on college? It's basically just, are you headed in similar directions? One could be, do you have, similar spiritual beliefs? Are you really in that stage in life where you want to have spiritual growth? Are you both interested in that or taking that very seriously? Because that matters, because it's very difficult if one person in the relationship's in their party phase, so they're up all night, sleep all day, and the other person's really focused on creating a business. I'm not saying it couldn't work. The relationship could potentially work. I think it would just have a lot of issues along the way that could be avoided, and I just think it would be a little bit difficult, because in my experience, when you're in drastically different life stages, that person over time tends to be less attractive because you don't have as much in common, and when you're going in different directions, I feel it's harder to connect. But I never looked at it that way, and I didn't even know to look at that so much when I was dating, especially in that way. And if I had known that, I think it would have saved me some time. And so I wanted to share this, because if anybody can get value from this, I want to help somebody save time with dating, because it's a struggle. And so, like I said, it could work if you're in different stages of life, but maybe they're not crazy far off, or let's say the person checks every other box. So you know exactly what you want in a relationship and in a partner, and everything is checked off. And maybe you just have this one issue, maybe you're ready for kids and this person isn't. That might not cause too many, because maybe eventually as time goes on, they will be. It really matters as to what's very important to you and what you can accept and what you're okay with. But I think it's relevant to consider and to be aware of, if your lifestyles are in alignment. So for example, I had a relationship, and I was in the stage of my life where I was very focused on making money, learning about businesses, learning about investing. I was just in a very productive stage, working 2 jobs, studying all the time, trying to learn, trying to make as much money as I could to learn to invest. And I was reading and so I was just very, very hardcore into making money and wanting to learn how to invest it to make more of it. It was very money focused and driven in a very work a lot type of mindset. So that was where I was at in that part of my life. The relationship, the person that I was with, wasn't so much. Yes, we could talk about those topics, and we could get into discussions, and we could kind of connect, but they were very much in the stay up really late, video game, sleep all day, not really work kind of stage. And I'm not saying that, I'm not here to judge if that's right or wrong, but for me, that made the person a lot less attractive to me. We weren't connecting. It didn't feel, like we were going in the same direction. So it ultimately caused huge problems. I was at that time very productive, hardcore, and this person was almost at the complete opposite stage in life, and that was one reason that there was a big wedge driven in between us, because it was very hard for us to, we didn't have the same goals at the time, so it was very difficult. So that's just an example I can think of off the top of my head in my life, that maybe had I known that, I could have saved myself time, a lot of time. And so, yeah, just consider, just try to consider where you guys are both at, and what you're willing to live with and connect with in somebody else. Do they match that stage in life that you're in? Because although it seems minor, I do think it matters ultimately. If you're looking for long term, obviously in short term relationships, it probably wouldn't really matter a lot. But if you're looking for the long term, I think it does. And I think most people know that when they really think about it. I just think that when we're dating, we get caught up in superficial stuff, the butterflies in our stomach or how we're feeling, and that tends to go out the window sometimes. But I think if you go into dating with these specific things that you're looking for and considering, I just really think that would help me, and that if it can help anyone listening, I just want you to get some value and have better dating and relationship experiences. So if you want to ask me any question, if something was confusing, you can leave it in the comments, and I'll get back to you. Thank you guys.